Good morning, parents, teachers, and friends. My name is Ivana. I'm from MT Class Grade 9. In today's presentation, I'd like to present about how does gadget addiction affect us nowadays and how do we overcome it. I have divided my presentation today into several parts, so let's start. Next slide. Okay. Firstly, I'd like to discuss about the key issue of this topic. Nowadays, Gadget has becoming more advanced, especially with the help of technology. But sadly, this makes us to become addicted to it. Many parents all over the world are getting worried about how to solve this problem without knowing how to solve this problem. Okay, next slide. Okay, here are the perspective for the gadget addiction. From the local perspective, children aged 8 to 17 years old are addicted to mobile gadget in Surabaya. And this has causes their behavior to change negatively. From the national perspective side, from the 34 provinces in Indonesia, there are around 19.3% of teenagers and 14.4% of young adults that are addicted to mobile gadgets. Teenagers spend around 11.6 hours per day, while young adults spend around 10 hours per day. Lastly, from the global perspective side, children spend around 5 hours per day, while teenagers spend around 8 hours per day on their mobile devices. By gender, boys spend their time more on mobile gadgets more than girls. Next slide. Here are the causes and the consequences. So what causes this to happen? The first thing is mobile gadget addiction could happen because many young parents all over the world give their children their own devices since they were young. As you can see in the screen, there are 69% of young parents that has given their children their own mobile devices since they were young that could impact them negatively in the future. The second thing is mobile gadget addiction could also be caused by the availability that the gadget provides, such as interesting data and apps. Okay, what are the consequences? Firstly, it could affect our mental health and also our social life, such as not doing our responsibility and also make us mentally ill. Okay, the second thing is it could affect our physical health, such as giving us neck pain, back pain, and headaches. Next slide. So how do we solve this problem? The first thing we can do is we can find another activity that doesn't involve mobile gadgets. The second thing we can do is we can use time controlling app to control our time using our devices. The third thing we can do is we can stop social media surfing, and lastly, we can socialize with another person. Okay, next slide. To end our presentation today, here is the conclusion. So, gadgets has many functionality that could help us nowadays, such as communicating. But this has impact us negatively and make us addicted to it. So God doesn't want us to get tempted by our addiction. That's why we must stop and ask God's help to stop us from our addiction. This conclusion is taken from 1 Corinthians 10, verse 13. Okay, that's all for my presentation today. Thank you and God bless you.